Ellen's a boss bitch, bit of a snitch.
I don't think she has much experience in laundry, to be honest.
But she's not someone to be with. If we had an instrument, that would be so much better.
You didn't think it'd be offensive?
Coming up on the Below Deck Med after show.
I had a lot of work here. I did not stop.
What, Ellie? I'm sorry, no, like what?
But I'm telling you now, if I was getting kicked off, I wasn't going without Ellie.
You can't let your low show.
Does it show?
Bri's emotional outbursts were a constant manipulation tactic. She was swindling people.
Are they sharing a cabin?
Yes.
Can you change that?
I just had this massive tantrum, and I was like, no, I don't want to go.
Strawberry is just the wee bit of fruit that we share.
It's a damn fruit, man.
I don't even know if I like strawberries, but Gail's strawberry, I was very interested in that. Well, the Below Deck Med after show starts right now.
Captain Sandy calls you and Bri to the bridge.
Yeah, that was the lowest moment for me ever.
I'm not here to fix your issue. Can you guys do that?
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
This is the attitude.
Stop. This will make me mad. Everyone here is replaceable. You'll be on the ferry going back.
I respect Captain Sandy. I respect my boss, Aesha. Like, I want them to think highly of me. Like, I'm standing on my head this entire time to impress them. And the next thing I know, they're willing to get rid of me.
When I know Aesha comes to me, it's a real problem.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
My resolving is, you don't get it together, you're both fired. Because if I have to step in, how old are you?
Bri made me feel like a stray dog.
I wanted to stand up for myself.
Captain Sandy, I had a lot of work here. I did not stop.
What, Ellie? I'm sorry, no, like what?
She was speaking to me like a piece of garbage.
I wanted to be like, you stop now. Listen to me.
Ellie didn't have my back because when I came out from my break, she purposefully didn't do the cabins.
Like, obviously there have been misunderstandings in the workplace previously, but I don't feel like I've been made to feel this way before.
Obviously, fighting in front of Captain wasn't the goal or the main objective, and it was really scary, the thought of like being kicked off the boat. But I'm telling you now, if I was getting kicked off, I wasn't going without Ellie. Because I feel like she had just as much of blame as I did.
You were standing up for yourself, and you were like, if we're fighting, we're both gonna we're gonna be fighting in that ferry off Mystique. We're gonna fight on the airplane.
Yes, exactly.
We're gonna fight at the airport.
Yeah.
Then we carry on f***ing each other up. Ooh.
I am never shocked at anything because I've been dealing with personalities my entire career. I have seen it all. I had a second stew come up to me once and say if I didn't fire the chief stew, her and her boyfriend, which was my first officer, would quit. I went, okay. So the minute I hit the dock, I fired them both and hired 2 new people. For me, it was just about giving Aesha the support, letting her know that I will take over and correct it or find replacements. And you never really want to find replacements. You want to give people the opportunity to work it out. Just have some emotional intelligence and just suck it up and continue doing your job. Let's get through this charter and let's figure it out on the backside. That mutual respect in the workplace. It's not that difficult.
It was a personality issue, but I just think...
But on a yacht, that is part of the work.
Exactly. And
so,
I think
what are you doing right now?
Like, how many people have you worked with that you find insufferable? But
99%.
I was so excited about Rocky until I realized that I think she's full of shit.
Get off my ass, Kevin.
Sorry, Kate, it's the last place I'd like to be.
How are you feeling with me?
It's too early to tell.
It's too early to tell you how much you annoy me.
But you stay professional and you get on with it because you're adults in a workplace.
I've never worked in the corporate world, but I'm pretty sure that's all being corporate is. It's just finding really cheerful professional ways of saying, I hate you, I hate this, but we'll talk next week.
Exactly.
We'll circle back.
I didn't feel hurt, you know, like people just kept falling for Bri's tears and Bri's crying and Bri's hurt and everybody's mean to Bri.
Everything was just put on me.
I'm just tired of this shit. Oh, it's okay.
And Bri was like a wounded caribou, you know, just staggering behind the pack. But I couldn't suggest leaving her behind because in people's minds, it was me who caused the wound in the first place. But nobody really took the time to sit down with me and listen to me and kind of get another perspective. So that's the part that was missing.
Let's talk about Joe's original song.
That was horrible.
Who's it gonna be? Is it
it's time for two.
I'm enjoying the music.
Oh,
Do you like our song?
There's a little joke with the boys.
Right.
I didn't know she was there for the main event when I was talking about the sexual intent that I had with both of these women. You know, it was just an unfortunate. I didn't want to hurt her, and I would have changed a lot of words if I knew that she was there. But, you know, I've got a full-on part for each and every individual on the boat.
Oh, so it was a musical that you wrote?
Oh, yeah, a full-on musical, yeah.
Ellie's a lovely girl. So is Bri.
Who's it gonna be? I want to bring this mic down and just BOW!
We can do that.
Let's stand up. Let's get around the mic.
Oh boy.
Gail upset. No, she's leaving.
Gail is upset. Now she's leaving. Bri seems happy. She's not grieving. A few girls might be upset because of change, but that still leaves Elle wanting me in chains. Okay, Gail. This could be a rap. Gail gets 20 hours rest in the space of 24. She complains about the lines even though there's only 4. Aesha, best chief stew ever had, but when she speaks, it makes me want to throw up the dirty scum.
I just did a poo that was like that long.
Ellen's the boss bitch, bit of a snitch.
I don't think she has much experience in laundry, to be honest.
But she's not someone to be with.
Second stew outranks you.
That leaves Bri, oh what a shame. Quite literally, that's what she would say, oh shame.
Shame, that's disrespectful.
I won't pick it up too much, she will cry. Go and buy my polo and leave it on my bedside. Hey!
That is...
Joe Nathan, baby. Oh. If we had an instrument, that would be so much better.
You didn't think it'd be offensive?
A little bit.
Well...
You know, but it's all
all in the name of fun.
Fun and games.
It's all in the name of fun. Listen, they're more than welcome to include bits on us in their own song.
I know, exactly. You don't go to a comedy club and expect to get offended by the comedian.
As much as he says it's a joke, I don't think that was a joke at all.
I would have felt terrible if I was Ellie.
Yeah.
Like, if I was Ellie, I think I could have just
snatched the weave.
But I'm with the boys, so, like, that's an enhanced... Like, everyone's laughing. Ian was on the floor at one point. He couldn't breathe. I'm like, oh, he doesn't work anyway. He's probably going to die.
I mean, it might have been a little rude how hard Nathan and I were laughing, but it was more the way he was doing it, and it was fun. It's just boys being boys, you know, like idiots.
That's almost categorized as locker room talk, or like, you know, something that you would talk about behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But they were doing it in the open where there was possibility of someone being around. So it's just like, watch your mouth.
Here he is making a fool of both of you, actually. And it's like, well...
But it's not like I was trying to pursue anything. I just wanted to have like a buddy that I could go to.
You wanted to have fun. That's fine.
But then Eddie wanted more, so that's where it became complicated.
Look, Joe needs a big piece of humble pie. I was down to, like, you know, take things to the next level with Joe. And it was the song that was like, maybe you want to reconsider, you know? And I don't want to sound like an egomaniac by any means, but I know my worth. Like, I can get a man that is of a high standing in society, let's put it that way. Somebody who's successful, somebody who, you know, makes good money, who is prominent in his career. So I'm not saying those are the only qualities I'm looking for, but at the same time, I'm able to get a good quality man. So Joe needs to take a seat and humble himself. He's not an NFL player, and he doesn't have a Lamborghini, so chill out.
I don't want people to look at you and be like, oh, you know, she forgot about her boyfriend pretty quickly.
I don't think I've ever jumped from one relationship to another this fast before.
You won't have my number anyway.
Well, if you try to Instagram me, you can also be left on red.
But it's like, you weren't coming from a place of a super healthy relationship. And, you know, you were in this new situation and you had your current boyfriend who was not being supportive and wasn't cheering you on and wasn't allowing you to be the best version of you in this amazing opportunity, which to me is so insanely selfish. And he was just making you feel like shit the whole time. So it's not like you were coming from a really stable, happy relationship. And then you had this guy who was treating you how you should be treated. And so it's not as black and white as, oh, she came on with a boyfriend and forgot about him straight away and cheated. Like, it's not that, it's so much more complex than that.
I think the reason why I fell for Nathan is I saw a lot of support that I wish I had. In my relationship, my ex he never had my back, he never stood up for me, he didn't support me through things. And I think I just kept looking past things. And then all of a sudden I get on this boat and this guy he's funny, he's charming, he's whatever, but I can look past that. But I think what really drew me to him is this guy was standing up for me. He was having my back. It was like something that I was yearning for. Like, I hate how quick it was. I hate that it was just like an instant jump to jump. Like I'm not excusing my behavior at all, but like it was easy and it was just like an instant kind of and I don't actually get that very often with guys.
I know, yeah.
I really rarely, like guys will say, oh, I connect with you, we've got chemistry. I hate the fucking word chemistry because the amount of guys are like, yeah, we've got chemistry. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're feeling.
We've got chemistry.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what the you're feeling, but like, put the trigger down.
I'd be like, yeah, I can feel like chemistry in my pants.
Yeah. Yeah, you're disgusting. Someone put a paper bag over her face. That's enough out of Aesha. No, but yeah, I just felt there was just like this instant chemistry. We got on straight away, and I think it was just like kind of like, I can't ignore this.
She's a beautiful woman. That was like the first thing that I noticed, but it was her personality as well. Like the things she stand for, like the way she grew up. Like, she's old school traditions as well. I know she was caught in a situation, which I don't judge her for, but with her boyfriend, that she met me and we had a better connection, a good connection. That happens. You can't judge her for that.
Yeah, when he would flirt, I would throw it back, and then eventually I was like, holy shit, Gael, you're flirting back. Like, and then, yeah, and I guess because there was such a build-up of whatever, like, feeling like the spark that we had, as soon as the breakup happened, it was just in an instant kind of like...
It's on.
Yeah, not like it's on, but it's like, we don't have to hold this back anymore.
It got to the point with my stews where they were so dysfunctional as a team that I was like, I need to put an end to any possibility of finger pointing. You're both brilliant liars, so I'm going to know for sure that it's you. Please only do rags, napkins, towels,
100%.
so we can see where the problem really lies.
Yes.
You know, just so I can, like, prove it.
100%.
I like to call it executive director.
Yeah.
I once made Rocky the executive director of the condiments. I said, hey, Rocky, you know what I like about you? You're creative, smart, I can tell. So I'm going to make you the executive director of condiment storage. Provisions are here. This is your department.
I love that you
She
make
got so
them feel
excited.
special, needed.
I was actually happy to be out of laundry because at least it gave Bri a chance to kind of own up to her own mistakes, and she didn't really have a chance to blame me for anything anymore, so I was very relieved.
It was a really good way to stop finger pointing, but at the same time she was still in my space. Like, I just wanted that space to be like completely mine. I don't want to touch your laundry.
Hey?
I don't want to touch
Well,
your
it's not about what you want. I'm running this boat.
I know. Because like still, she's there, you know what I mean?
Is it that you wanted it to be yours or you just didn't want to see her?
I just didn't want her involved. Like, I just didn't want her to put her fingers on...
You wanted a safe space because you were under so much pressure.
No, but also just like the lack of trust. Obviously, when you're working with someone, you need trust. You need it. More than respect, more than anything else. The whole season, actually, I didn't trust Ellie for shit. Like, I couldn't trust her as far as I could throw her.
We've got 3 girls for a minimum 4-person boat. We've got so much shit to do. So if you're on break and Ellie gets a spare moment, I'm not going to be like, don't go and do laundry, because that's wasting my time.
I guess it is like a lot of work, but I could prioritize things over maybe rags or certain things that could be like let loose, I guess. But I think, like, I'm not scared of hard work. Like, I'd be willing to give that a go and see how it goes. And we can always reassess if it didn't work. But it would have been something I would have liked to try. And I was like, oh my God, like, the last thing I want either Aesha or Capt to do is fall asleep worrying about me f***ing up again, because that would be the final line. Like, I was tripping the whole time. I was scared as f***. Yeah.